Talking with Dr. Isaac Elias today. And Doctor, can you talk a little bit about modified citrus pectin? That's one thing that you've been pretty big on as a therapy. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Of course, my journey with modified citrus pectin my research started in 1995, so I've been involved with it for over 16 years. And it's an interesting story. I grew up as a child in Israel, and when I was 11 years old, we went on a night walk to one of our neighbors, the Cohens, Dr. Ruth and Leo Cohen, and they were pioneer researchers in the citrus industry in Israel. They were both PhDs in organic chemistry. And out of the blue, Ruth turned to me and she told me, Isaac, one day they will find a treatment for cancer from the peel of the citrus fruit. And it stuck in my head. And in 1995, almost 25 years later, when the initial research was coming out about the benefits of MCP, I called her up from San Francisco and told her, Ruth, I remember what you told me when I was 11 years old, and now I need your help. And she put me in touch with the leading researchers in manufacturing and analysis of pectins, and that's where my journey started. So that's my personal journey. So what is modified citrus pectin? Citrus pectin is a long chain of carbohydrate, of galacturonic acid. It is present at the peel of many fruits and a lot in the citrus fruit. And usually it's a very long molecule, very heavy, about 300,000 Dalton, 300 kilodalton, and it's highly esterified, which means that the galacturonic acid is attached to other carbohydrate. It's not free. Modified citrus pectin, you take the citrus pectin and you specifically modify it. You cut it to smaller pieces, between 5 and 13,000 Daltons, so they can get absorbed into the bloodstream. And you modify the structure so it becomes more biologically active. The initial research on modified citrus pectin was specifically in the field of cancer. It was really a landmark study when it was found in 1995 that mice that were injected prostate cancer cells to the hip joint, and then it metastasized to the lung. When you gave them modified citrus pectin, it dramatically reduced the number of metastases. It was really the first time any agent, natural or medication, was able to prevent metastasis. If it was a drug, it would have been a multi-billion-dollar drug. But of course, it was just something from the peel of the orange. And that's where my journey started with modified citrus pectin. And what we found over the years, through clinical experience and solid research, that it's almost a miraculous compound. It works through a molecule. It has many functions, but one of the most important ones is that it interacts with a compound in the body called galectin-3. Galectin-3 is a combination of a lectin, of a protein, and a carbohydrate, which is a galacturonic acid. And the galectin-3 is produced by the body naturally as part of our repair system. Cancer cells communicate with each other through galectin-3. They clump together. They attach to the sides of the blood vessel through the galectin-3. They create new metastases through the galectin-3, but they also call what we call chemotaxis. They call new blood vessel supply, and that's how they create neoangiogenesis, new blood vessels. So if you can neutralize the galectin-3, you're going to help all these processes. You're going to help the primary tumor from growing slower. You're going to prevent this cancer from spreading. So all of this was known. And modified citrus pectin is a natural galectin-3 blocker. And maybe when we talk about modified citrus pectin, it's important, Scott, to emphasize that modified citrus pectin is really a generic name. Any pectin, when it's manufactured, it's in one way it's being modified to a certain way. We're talking about a very specific structure. Our specific modified citrus pectin is the only one that has been subject to clinical trials, that has multiple patents, it has the same quality control. And I want to emphasize it because it's what we call borrowed science. You know, people borrow my science and my work and come with things that don't work, unfortunately. And as I was saying, if you're dealing with the flu, it's okay. But when you're dealing with serious illnesses, it's really unethical.